Everyone, coach is here. If you have a question, raise your hand and I'll bring you into the room. Rebecca Harlow.
Coach, it was just a terrific shooting night all around for the group. You know, what are the things that stood out to you about this one?
Well, they're a challenge. You know, when you have Russell and Bradley, they put a lot of points up on the board. And so there's constant pressure. You never feel like the lead is safe. So we started slowly defensively, and then we got going. But again, we're striving to be a 48-minute team, and we're still not there. I thought Alfred gave us some good minutes to coming back, so that was a big plus. Julius, you know, was terrific in setting the tone for us. But I thought Reggie was terrific with his defense, and that part of it was good. But you know, again, playing for 48 minutes is something we got to continue to work towards.
Ian Begley.
Tom, it seemed like you were a little upset with the way things that things led up a little bit and midway through the fourth, and then Julius came back in for Obi. Was that your thinking? Just you felt that the guys were letting up a little bit, and you wanted Randall back in there? Was it?
Yeah, well, you see it all the time with the way teams shoot threes and the way that team scores. You know, you can't mess around with the game, and so. You know, you have to play, and we need to work on finishing. So that's what we did.
Mark Berman.
Hey, Tom, did you think Julius was trying to make an extra statement tonight after, you know, what happened a couple of days ago in the NBA sort of?
I think, you know, I think the statement was that, you know, the win was the most important thing. And he's done that a number of times for us, you know, to bounce back after a tough loss. You know, the way in which we lost the game. But that's what leaders do. And again, thought RJ got downhill and he's playing at a high level, but those are our leaders and the vets. You know, you look at Reggie and Alec and what they're doing. Alfred playing, giving us the 20 minutes that he gave us. That was a good sign. And, you know, I thought Frank gave us good minutes as well. So, you know, Mitch was real active. I think he's shaking some of that rust off. Nerlens was real solid. So we need everyone. And it's a good, solid win. But we know, you know, that we got 2 days and we play them again. So we have to be ready.
Steve Popper.
I know he's done this. You've talked about it before, the shooting from Julius. But when you see 7 3-pointers today, the 3 in a row in the third, does anything he does surprise you anymore?
No, you know, and I said like the thing about when I came in the summer and I saw the condition that he was in, and I think his whole game, like he's in great shape. So we start there. That's usually the first step. But then adding the 3-point shot to his game, he already had all the other stuff, off the dribble, the post up, and then adding that 3 really changed things, not only for him, but for our team. I think having a stretch forward is a necessity in today's game. And, you know, he's shooting it with a lot of confidence. He puts a lot of work into it. He's a fantastic worker. And then when you add in the playmaking now, he's doing a terrific job with that. So we can play through him in a lot of different ways, in the high post, in the low post. And I think those are the toughest place to stop because it's more read and react. And then you're using his skill level to take advantage of whatever schematic things you're facing.
Mike Volkanoff.
Tom, with Julius's threes, I mean, last year he was a 28% 3-point shooter on 3.5 threes a game. Now he's a 42% shooter on 4.5. Have you seen anyone kind of undergo that kind of transformation in the course of one off season before?
You know, you've seen like players improve, and I think the shooting piece, if guys are diligent, that they usually improve one level, you know, so you can go from maybe below average to average. You can go from average to above average. I don't know if you can become great. He's borderline on that now. But you could see, I thought the way the ball was coming off his hand was a lot different. The spin on the ball, the arc, I think all those things, and then his confidence. And And I think the confidence has come from all the time. The one great benefit of, of what happened with not, being in the bubble was he was able to spend a lot of time individually in the gym, and he did. And so he made maximum use of his time. And I think that's where he's really grooved his shot. And, he continues to put a lot of work in. He's in every night shooting, so, and it's a great example for our young guys. You talking about a guy who's been in the league for a while and continues to improve. And that's what you want all your players doing.
Steph Bondi.
Hey, Tom, I was just curious, with Obi struggling, has there been any thought to giving somebody else the backup 4 minutes, whether it's Kevin Knox or something like that?
No, we'll see how it goes. It's not unusual for rookies to go through things like this, and we just want him to continue to work. He's been real good in practice. He's actually played very well in practice. So we just ask to continue to work. He'll learn, he'll grow, he'll get better.
Mike Vaccaro.
Tom, because you guys play so many games that go down to the final minute, it seems, is there a conflict for you at all in games like this where you have that big lead where obviously, you talk about wanting to, kind of get used to playing for 48 minutes, but is there ever a temptation or a conflict that you might want to try and steal a game where, even if Julius doesn't play in the fourth quarter, is that just, you're not concerned about that part of it at this point?
Mike, when you said steal a game, I thought you were talking about winning a game.
No, still some extra rest for you players because you guys play so many close games.
Yeah, you want to learn, and like my thing is every game is gonna teach you things. It's gonna show you the things that you're doing well, the things you're not doing as well as you would like, and it's gonna point out all the things you have to work on and improve upon. And again, what we're doing every day is to try to concentrate on improvement so that we're playing our best at the end. And so you need everyone to buy into that. You need everyone to buy into giving everything they have every day, sacrificing for the team, put the team first, and then you get better little by little. And then when you look back, you've made a quantum leap. And so that's what we're striving towards. And so there's so many different aspects of it, how you start a game, how you close quarters, how you finish games. And I think the big thing is not to skip over steps. Everything matters. How you practice, how you concentrate in the team meeting, the film session, how you script your plays, how you go over what your opponent's strengths and weaknesses are, the schemes that you're going to utilize. Everything matters. If one guy's not doing their job, you're not going to be all that you can be.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep, thanks.
Hey, everyone. We have RJ Barrett here. If you have a question, raise your hand and I'll bring you into the room. Amanda Hajar, Knicks Digital.
Hey, RJ. You've been really patient in getting in the lane. Has that kind of been, your bread and butter, that mid-range, getting the paint, finishing at the rim kind of game?
Just kind of trying to read the defense, honestly. Coming off the pick and rolls, just really reading what the big man does, what the weak side, defender does. That's what I've been trying to do.
Rebecca Harlow.
RJ, with the league being as competitive as it is, it's so rare to have a night where everything goes exactly the way you want it on both ends of the floor. I mean, when you have such a dominant win like this, how do you, what's the takeaway for the team?
Obviously, very happy we got the win. We also know that they're going to come back, again, next game, and we just got to kind of prepare for that. But definitely tonight, enjoy the win.
Mark Berman.
Hey, RJ, 22 victories, one more than all of last season. Does that make you smile a little bit?
Got a long way to go. So, of course, I say it all the time, I love winning. Winning's fun. But got a long way to go.
Dennis Gorman.
Tom, when he just talked to us, he talked about the need for you guys to finish and play 48 minutes. Do you think there's another level for you guys to get to?
Most definitely. I think it's tough to play 48 minutes, but we gotta figure out a way to try and do that and try to get as close to that as possible.
Thank you, RJ.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, Julius Randall's here. If you have a question, raise your hand and I'll bring you into the room. Amanda Hajar, Knicks Digital.
Hey, Jules, you came out hot from the gate. Just what was your mentality coming in, especially after the past few games coming down to the wire?
Just get a win. Just try to be aggressive from the start. Just get our team going and just try to carry that momentum throughout. So,
Mark Berman.
Hey, Julius, was there just an extra juice from you after what happened a couple of days ago? And I guess the NBA did something. Did you have a little extra going tonight?
no, I didn't need motivation. My motivation is just to win games and do my part for this team. So I didn't need any extra motivation.
Steve Popper.
Julius, we've talked this year about your three-point shooting, but tonight 7 of them, I think 3 in a row in the third. Looked like you were doing a Steph Curry heat check there. Was that are you even surprised sometimes what you're putting up with these shots now?
No, I'm not surprised. I'm just confident because I put the work in. I know how hard I work. How hard I worked this summer on, trying to improve as a shooter. So, honestly, I'm not really surprised. Yeah, and you're right. I did have a heat check. I was gonna pull from half at one point. That's how good I was feeling. So, yeah, I had a roller.
Rebecca Harlow.
Julius, with this league being as competitive as it is, when you have nights like this where you dominate from start to finish, blow a team out, confidence-wise for the younger players that you're trying to bring along, to be able to win so dominantly on both ends of the floor, what does that do for that process?
It's great. I think experience is the best teacher, and to be able to win for our younger guys. To be able to win while gaining the experience is great for them. So they're coming along great. Everybody's coming along great, and end up being a great win for us tonight.
Steph Bondi.
Hey, Julius, you guys have already won more games this season than you won all of last season. Can you just talk about how different this feels compared to last season?
It feels a lot different. Just overall group, our preparation, how we approach games, our confidence. Everything is just a lot different, and guys are rolling with it. We're having fun doing it, and we're winning games, so it's been great.
Ian Bagley.
Julius, the camera showed you talking to Obi, I think, right after the game. What was your message to him there? Can you share any of that?
I'm just trying to instill confidence in him. As a rookie, it's tough. Just trying to learn the game, the speed of the game, just the ins and outs of what you have to do to impact the game and who you are as a player. The biggest thing as a young player coming in is just know who you are as a player and how you can help the team. So I was just trying to, show him things from my point of view when I'm on the bench watching him, what I see that I feel like can help him. So he's coming along. He works extremely hard. You just got to keep at it, keep with his confidence, keep his confidence up and keep at it. And, he'll be a really good player in this league. It's a process.
Mike Borkanoff.
Julius, I know you put in the work this offseason on the shot, and you're obviously confident in it, but to go a leap that you did from 28% last year to 42 this year, even Tom Thibodeau was saying he thinks it's really hard to go from that to being a great shooter all of a sudden. Are you surprised at all and just how quickly it's come for you?
I'm not surprised. I'm telling you, man, I put the time in. I was obsessive over it. Obviously, we had a long process or a long off season with everything that went on with the quarantine and the season being shut down and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, man, I'm not surprised. When you put the time in, you put the effort in, the work in, stuff doesn't surprise me. It's how it should be.
Thank you, Julius.
Thank you.